Okay, well, here we are at the end of game two. The backpack simulation is officially done. As you can see, I represented the company Kev Gear. So let's see the leaderboard today. Let's get into it. So this game, I was able to finish with the highest account balance, which means I had the highest net profit. I also had the highest market share. I sold the third highest amount of units. I had the second highest return on marketing, with the second highest customer satisfaction rating. I generated the most revenue, and I had the second highest product satisfaction, which gave me the highest score of 89%. In turn one, I finished with 44, so that was more than double what I did in turn one, and I'm quite pleased with the results. At the end of turn one, I told you that I wanted to target the outdoor enthusiasts since I figured it would be my best opportunity to make profit. I wanted to force any competition out if I had any. I wanted to be the first to market and have the biggest market share. And the ways that I was going to do that was just by selling everywhere. So when I first came, I made the backpack similar to what they had. They wanted their capacity and waterproof to be similar, but they wanted capacity to be the number one. So I focused on just building a great backpack. I didn't get any special features, so I kept out the waterproofing and my water bottle feature, which kept my production costs low. Because my production costs were low, I was able to sell the bag for quite a high price, giving me a lot of profit. So even if a store took a 54% cut, I was going to generate a lot of profit there. So I was able to sell everywhere at the start, outside of places where my bag was overpriced. Um, that means that when I was looking at my stores, I wanted to also just invest in one where I knew had the bulk of my business. So I started a promotion with them every term for $1,000, and I chose to do that instead of massive media. I had one clear message throughout my whole turn, which was peak performance, and that just gave the best results to my biggest target demographics, outdoor and commuters. So my best turn would have been when I was taking over the market. So I had one direct competitor at the start of the game. And because I chose to sell everywhere and they didn't, I ended up getting a much greater market share for the first couple turns, and that scared them, and they left. And so turn three, my market share went from 31 to 49%, which was a massive jump in my market share. And that gave me a really, really great score when I looked at the leaderboard results because I had already generated so much profit. The only thing I needed to do then was just focus on my product satisfaction. And because my bag was overpriced and I had no special features, I wasn't doing really great in that category. So that was what turn four was going to be all about. I started to focus on that. I added some features. And when I did that, I actually increased the price of my bag as well because I didn't want to lose all my profits or my market share. So when I increased the bag by $12, I increased the bag $12 for the customers as well. Even though I would have lost a little bit just in percentage revenue, I didn't want to not be able to sell my bag everywhere. Turn four was my weakest turn though, because after I started focusing more on product satisfaction, because I gained all that market share and forced the competitor out, I had a brand new competitor come into my market and they took back that percentage gain that I had when my last competitor left. So I lost a lot of my sales, unfortunately. Um, and I did increase my product satisfaction a little bit. However, I wanted to get my market share back up, and I was hoping to scare them out too with just the numbers they had. And another unfortunate part for me was because I wasn't investing in any media at the time, and they invested all their money into media. They got as big a market share as they possibly could because I was not trying to compete with them in that digital space at all, which was unfortunate for me. However, I was able to counterbalance that by just still selling everywhere, making sure that I generated even a dollar profit if I had to. Um, but that meant that my product satisfaction suffered. So at the end, into my last turn, I cut one of my real estate or realtors, the fashion boutique store, because they just took too big a cut and I wasn't able to generate much profit, if any. And I wanted to get my price of my backpack under $100 to try to align more with the product satisfaction level that they were asking me to do. And so that's what I did in my last turn. And I was still able to finish with a 89, my revenue or my profit, that gave me 100%. My market share gave me 100% of those scores. I lost 45% of my score in just product satisfaction, and just a little bit of score and my return on investment. And again, my return on investment was mostly fuel charged by just my in-store promotion at my one store at the high-end outdoor realty, which was great. So those are all good things. I was able to be quite pleased with this result. I did exactly what I set out I wanted to do. I was able to force competition out of the market, and then of course have new competition come in, which I think is like a really close real life scenario. You might be the first person to break that door open. You got your foot in the door, and then as soon as you do, there's going to be footsteps behind you. So I didn't mind having to overcome some different obstacles while the game was going, since I started doing well so early on anyway. I am in the marketing program at NAIT, and there's lots of ways that this simulation helps, just with the competitive nature of it, just with the unknown nature of it. When you first start the game, you kind of have to have a learning curve to even know how to play the game, know how to build your bag. There's lots of aspects. You can even see where, certain things might make more money based off of what you're trying to sell. And if you do have small margins, then you just have to sell a ton of them. So maybe it's just depending on what product you want to sell or what you can offer a company as well. I like to think that in marketing, I have a lot of those the skill sets, but I also like people management and business management in that aspect and managing those relationships. So I'm looking forward to what marketing in year two does, and we'll see if I can take the next step and learn even more. But I really enjoyed this class so far. It's my favorite class today, and I thank you, Joel. You've been a great teacher. So look forward to the next one. Cheers.